Today we are discussing the well-known SARM known as LGD4033. We're going to do a complete overview of the benefits, the side effects to get you fully aware of everything. This is all for informational and educational purposes only, so treat this video as such. So how does LGD work? Well, it works in the same way as any other SARM, by selectively activating androgen receptors to promote anabolic activity exclusively in just your muscles and your bones. It should be stated that there has been numerous clinical trials that have been done to prove both of those statements, in which there were actually astounding results. The main reason you're watching this video obviously would be if you're considering putting your lab rat on LGD4033, what the benefits you could expect. LGD4033 will increase lean muscle mass, improve strength and stamina, and like I mentioned, it selectively targets muscle and bone tissue, may increase in your fat loss, boost your mental well-being, help in recovery from previous injuries, and also treat muscle wasting caused by cancer and other forms of diseases. If you're at all curious about testing LGD4033 on your own personal lab rat, where you get it from is the biggest variable. You need a reliable source and one that actually does third-party testing so you're getting the legit compound. That will be in the description down below. The side effects of LGD4033 are very minimal, which is what makes it very pleasing to most individuals. First of which is going to be suppression, which is really dose dependent. Some people have reported headaches, hair growth, as well as shedding, maybe some nausea, fatigue. Muscle pumps, personally, my lab rat has experienced, and I'm not talking a nice full muscle pump where you feel really good at the gym. It's a pump where it's so intense and painful you actually can't finish your set. The half-life of LGD4033 is 24 hours, which means it will be in your system for a day. One-time dosing for your lab rat would be perfect for 6 to 8 weeks ideally. And of course, running a PCT after which, because as I touched on, the compound is suppressive. Dosing of LGD can vary person to person, and it's always better to start lower than high. Some people have documented results as little as 3 to 10 milligrams every day. Personally speaking, my lab rat experienced the most results LGD4033 at 10 milligrams per day stacked with other compounds of SARMs, which could include RAD140, cardarine, YK11, MK677, and that's really the beautiful thing behind SARMs is they're so interchangeable and perform so synergistically with one another. For the female lab rats looking to potentially use LGD4033, the dose would probably be on the upper limit of 5 milligrams per day. I would not exceed any higher than that. What would be the best time to use LGD? Cutting, bulking, which would you get the most bang out of your buck? LGD4033 is most common with bulk cycles in order to put on a large amount of muscle mass rather quick, as well as increased strength. So that's why stacking LGD4033 with MK677 and RAD140 is the true trio for an ultimate bulk. As I stated, sourcing is the biggest thing because a lot of people think they're buying true LGD4033, but they're going to these cheap brands that they've never heard of. They're doing the first Google search they can come up with, and they're buying things that potentially might not even be LGD4033 and really be a pro hormone, something entirely different, something that's actually toxic. So make sure you are buying from a legitimate source for your lab rat, which is why that first link in the description down below is listed for you. For me, it's one of the top 3 SARMs in my opinion, exclusively due to the reason it's one that's been around the longest, has the most clinical trials, has proven results behind it, extremely easy to use with extreme results. As I mentioned, your lab rat will notice an increase in lean muscle mass and strength extremely fast, as well as experiencing very mild side effects, if any at all. That is what's so pleasing about SARMs to people over the traditional cycles these days, is you can mitigate almost all side effects while still getting a lot of results and feel much healthier in the process. Of course, if you have any more questions pertaining to LGD4033 or you want any other recommendations of which SARM you would like reviewed next, make sure to leave that in the comments down below, or you can DM me anytime on Instagram at RealKennyKO. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe learned something, and on that note, I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.